As we've noted, households are sitting on significant savings, but that doesn't mean they're getting set for a blowout return to consumption.
The latest reading on the consumer confidence at Refinitiv tells us that consumers are becoming significantly more positive, as they're saying that the employment situation in the country has been improving. The only skepticism that the consumers have is in terms of the future. There is some uncertainty there, and with the pandemic, obviously, they're worried about what might happen. So as a result, we're seeing that the savings rate is still significantly high. We're seeing that consumers are still deleveraging, they're paying out their debt, and they're trying to save money for a rainy day.
Given the upheavals of the last 12 months, there have been some obvious winners and losers. Those with the most flexible and full-service offerings have fared best.
Omnichannel has been critical in the survival of the retailers during the pandemic. The retailers with a strong omnichannel presence have been the biggest winners and are expected to continue to do so. In fact, Walmart reported stellar revenue numbers last week, and they said that they're going to be investing significantly in their technology and their omnichannel presence because they know that consumers want a fast and convenient way of shopping. Now, these investments are not cheap by any means, but they are the necessary evil in order for retailers to stay afloat. On the other hand, the retailers that are playing catch up are the ones that have been struggling the most, especially the mall stores and the department stores that have been out of favor even before the pandemic started. So we're seeing that the retailers that have done the legwork, Walmart, Target, Home Depot, might get a little bit hit on their stock prices when they report because they're saying that they are going to be making these investments, but these investments are paying off, and it's what keeping these companies afloat and are allowing them to remain winners during these strange times.
Many of the changes we've seen have been profound, and these shifts are going to be permanent in nature.
Retailers believe that this change is permanently. Walmart, who's the largest world retailer in terms of revenue, they reported last week and they said that they believe that these changes are here to stay, that they are permanent. In fact, even in a collaboration that Refinitiv did with Maru Blue Public Opinion, in a survey we discovered that about 70% of Americans are telling us that even as the vaccine becomes widely available and the pandemic is over, they do intend to continue to shop online. For the last quarter alone, fourth quarter, e-commerce in the United States grew about 32%, and that's expected to continue to grow even further to 43% as per our Refinitiv IFR data. And consumers are also telling us, that even when things go back to normal, they intend to continue practicing social distancing measures, and they intend to continue avoiding large crowds. The retailers that are on the other side of the world in Asia who have already reopened significantly, they're telling us that consumers are returning to the stores and mall traffic is back at the level seen pre-pandemic, but consumers are still gravitating online to finalize those purchases, which is telling us that these changes are here to stay permanently.
So the consumer has been remarkably resilient during the pandemic. Perhaps no surprise given the income support, but they still remain cautious, as we heard. This will be one of the biggest challenges for policymakers. Papering over the holes in demand is not the same as stimulating new growth. Consumption patterns will normalise, but it will still take some time before previous levels are regained.